I've lived with the Escort Max 360 for about a month and can honestly tell you this is the best radar detector I've ever owned, and here's why. I recently reviewed the Passport 9500 IX and the Valentine one, both of which I've had in my cars for several years. I compared the two, came out eventually with the Passport on top by a small margin, but the greatest part about the 360 is it basically takes the positives from both of those radars and puts it into one. What I liked about the Passport is, and it's true about this, it has GPS, so it can block out false alarms. If you pass a shopping center, for instance, that has sliding doors that check people's location via radar, your radar detector is going to go off. But if you pass it several times in this, it blocks out that signal. So basically, the only time this ever goes off is if a cop is checking your speed. And that's good, because if it goes off all the time, you're going to grow accustomed to the sound, and it defeats the entire purpose. The other thing I liked about the Passport was the aesthetics, the color screen. Same thing here, got some cool graphics. What I liked about the Valentine one was the directional arrows. Now, their patent ran out on the arrows, so the Escort Max 360 has arrows right here. It's hard to get them to actually activate on the fly. I'd have to get a cop to check my signal. But they're also color, so I have it set up where KA band, which is typically a cop checking your speed, is a red arrow, and X is, I believe, a green arrow, and K band is a blue arrow. And you got front, side to side, and rear. This has full 360-degree detection, which a lot of radars suffer from. Many are very good at detecting threats from the front, but the rear coverage is where this really excels. A lot of times, radars are only good about 100 yards range in the rear, but this, a lot better than that. Now, in one of my other videos, people mentioned if your radar detector goes off, it's too late. Now, I'd like to tell you, chances are the people who said that have never owned a radar detector. I'd like to tell you why that's not true. So, a radar detector detects the presence of a radar in the area. Now, if a police officer is 1.5 miles down the freeway with his radar on, checking people's speeds 1.5 miles from you, this, because of its sensitivity, is going to go off, and that gives you 1.5 miles to react. So, you've got plenty of time to figure out what you're doing. Now, the only time when that's not true, and this is not avoidable pretty much with any radar system, no matter how much you want to spend, unless you, pretty much unavoidable, is pop radar. If a police officer is on the side of the road and he doesn't have his radar detector on, and you're the only car, and he pulls the trigger and uses laser, yes, you're done if you're speeding. But this, seriously, it's awesome. It combines all the aspects that you'd want in a radar detector. The GPS is really awesome. It's also got another feature if you connect to an Escort Live app, that it will display the current speed limit on the road. A lot of brand new high-end cars have that. Neither of my cars have it. And it's a really cool feature that you can add without having to buy a fancy new car with this radar detector. So it'll display here, the current speed limit is 35 miles an hour. And a lot of places, especially if you're driving in some place you've never been before, don't have enough speed limit signs. And if you get a ticket because you didn't know the speed limit, that's a fair ticket, ignorance of the law. But, it'd be nice to know that it was 35 and not a 45 zone. And this can help you with that. I want to talk about something before I end this. Yes, Escort did send me this radar, but I am in no way changing my opinion of it because I got this for free. If I start manipulating how I feel just to get free products, everything about my channel is worthless. I want to provide reviews that are completely unbiased to give you a serious opinion and give you information on the car. That's why I do these things I hate about the car, so you can know that there are downsides. If I say that everything is perfect, and paint this excellent picture to please one company or another, you're not getting the whole story. And really, what's the point of that other than watching, pretty cars drive around, which I guess it's nice to watch pretty cars drive around. But with something like this, I really like this radar. It's the best radar I've ever owned. I wouldn't lie to you guys about that, seriously. So check out the Escort Max 360. Hope you found this video informative. Please browse our channel and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Look forward to seeing you next video.